to the Super Bowl. Two of the 7 contenders for the Lamar Hunt Trophy are set, and we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. The first carry here for the rookie from the U. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Jacorian Bennett there for the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
We'll have him gain about a handful there. Jack Jones making that tackle. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done, too. Creating the space for a solid pickup.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. On 4th down, snap to Jackson. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on downs.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Another run for Henry. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Third and just 2 to go. He gets it out left, and it's caught. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Handoff headed right to Henry. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. 1st down play nets them 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Situational football. Looking at first and goal, these defenses know what's coming at them. More often than not, a run play. It really is better to throw the ball unless you've got a way to disguise the run, and there was no disguising on that one.
Once more, here's Henry. And he bowls through the defense for a touchdown. The Raiders get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. The point after splits the upright. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Jack Jones making that tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Lamar now from the gun. Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
It's pretty obvious, this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, you start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap to Jackson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field. That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could play on it.
So from a mile away, they'll send out the field goal unit to take a shot at this one. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. We've reached the end of one in this opening round of the AFC playoffs. Neither side separating much so far. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Slot receiver headed left. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Got a man, Bowers has it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. We'll give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 46. Complete here to Bowers. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
On 1st and 10, it's Henry. Has a hole left, room to run. With some fancy footwork there for the touchdown. The Raiders now lead by 10. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. There's time to chide him about poor tackling later, Brock.
And I probably will.
And you probably will. Coach probably will give him an earful about it as well. But let's not let the missed tackle take away from excellent effort he had on that run.
Yeah, it really was his effort to force that missed tackle. Okay, I think that's the key, and open the door for that touchdown. As soon as he slipped that stop, his mind was focused on one thing and one thing only, the end zone.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's a return from the 7. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Flush down now to his left. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. 1st down, here's Lamar. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Putting the tight end in motion. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. From the gun, Jackson. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
That is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Raiders' drive is going to start deep on their own side of the field. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. It's the Raiders who have 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Trying getting that one to Brock Bowers. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Second and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. It's Henry on the counter. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Even though that run did not net them a 1st down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And we'll see what kind of first impression he makes tonight. Takes this in at the 25. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be their football coming up. Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for 1st down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He's on the move. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he can't hang on to it in the end zone. Not an interception, only an incompletion. So they get it back. 2nd down coming up.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
Jackson trying again on 2nd down. Getting out to his left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. 1 for 1 so far. This is from 40. Pressure mid, and it's blocked! Now this is picked up inside the 35. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That protection has got to be able to hold up for a few seconds. It has to. Those are points that aren't going on the board now, and wasted effort by their teammates to get them to this point.
They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this 1st half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. With this kick, we're back underway, a spot in the divisional round on the line. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, not a bad play by any means. There's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Third quarter starts with a run from Henry. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Throwing now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he takes this out after crossing the 45. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Trying down the middle with Henry. They cross the 40 on a nice run. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Running once more with Henry. And he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 31, he gets this one to Myers. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First down from the red zone. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
This is Henry on 2nd. And he stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Give right side to Henry. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. A nice gain of 8 there, and then brings them to 1st and goal.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Now a give right side to Mitchell. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Just a couple on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
3rd and goal, Henry. Dodges the tackle, and he's in. Touchdown. The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. He broke. He needed to, Brock, and how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one, the last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop, because a broken tackle, well, can mean a touchdown.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
From the 24. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here. Here he is on 3rd and long. Completed to Flowers. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. 1 quarter to go, Brock, and we'll see who can earn the wild card win. The Ravens with it, facing the potential end of their postseason as they trail. Offense going for it here, 4th and 5. Here's Lamar. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
On 1st down, Jackson. Rolling left, buying some time. He's on the move. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Sure, a whole lot of noise to sort through up the middle, but by the time he figured everything out, he was able to hit them for a decent gain.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Lamar now from the gun. To the left side, caught by Andrews. And he's taken down at the 30. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Move the chains! You gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Bateman hauls it in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Lamar back to throw. Pass complete to Walker. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Stays upright. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now a give left side. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Play action now with Jackson. Buying some time right. He's got it! Touchdown, Baltimore! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens make it an 11-point ball game. They recognize the situation they're in now. After that score, they're going to try to get it right back. The Ravens look like they got it back, and they did! Two-score game. Gotta get yourself additional opportunities somehow. And that right there, that's a huge one. Feel like they absolutely now have to translate this into points.
They really do, and not just make it a one-possession game. As you've taught me, Kate, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One possession at a time, one play at a time, one bite at a time to the very end. You know why baseball coaches are called managers, Kate? Because they got to manage a lot of situations. And I've realized over time and talking to them, they love taking a situation, a game moment, and making it a team topic. That play, or that corner right there, I know this is a head football coach, not a head football manager, but he's going to take that play, he's going to illuminate it to his team and show the fearlessness of his corner making that tackle. Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted! And the Raiders get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
What you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Mitchell up the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders up by 11. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
To the air, 3rd and long. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that extends their lead to 14.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Now here he goes.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Here's 2nd and 7. He's got Andrews. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
First and 10, gotta score immediately here. Only one timeout left and that clock winding down. From the gun, Jackson. Complete, it's Cooper. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Here's 2nd and 5. Walker hauls it in. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. First and 10. Here's Jackson. Gets this to Bateman. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Lamar throwing again. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Tight end going in motion here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Took his shot at 6 that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. One final shot here. Forced out to his right. He's running for it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. So put this in the win column for the Raiders. And they're headed to the divisional round next week. Great start to their playoffs and getting the win at home, but the test's only getting harder from here on out. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.